Hello and welcome to This Week in Football, where I go through all the most recent weird or interesting stories over the past week very quickly to save yours and my time. Anyway, after the chaotic final Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park, Everton, Liverpool and Slot have been charged for the lack of control of players and technical area occupants. Liverpool fans and players felt that Tarkowski's late equaliser should have been disallowed after Konate was pushed by Beto in the build-up. This led to a fiery end to the game, with Decore celebrating in front of the Liverpool fans and Jones running over, causing both players to get sent off after the final whistle. Slot then had words with the referee while shaking hands with the officials, which did not go down well at all. It was revealed by the FA that Slot allegedly reacted in an improper manner and used insulting or abusive words towards the match referee and an assistant referee once the match had ended. The Dutchman said the emotions got the better of him and he has until Wednesday to respond to the charges. This means he could be banned from the touchline for a few games in the coming weeks, which could be a problem in such a jam-packed part of the season. Now, it wouldn't be right to talk about this situation without mentioning the disgraceful racial abuse that Decore faced online after the game, which was just unacceptable. An investigation is underway with the Merseyside police, and both Liverpool and Everton have condemned these actions. Plenty more has been going on this week, including a very weird story. North Korea dictator Kim Jong-un has banned Tottenham Hotspur games from being shown, and surprisingly it's not because of their lacklustre run of form that sees them sitting 12th in the league. It's actually due to the fact that Spurs skipper Heung-min Son is from South Korea. Kim Jong-un also banned Wolves and Brentford last season due to them having Hwang Hee-chan and Kim Ji-soo in their squads. But how does the broadcasting of football actually work in the state? Well, all games are cut down from 90 minutes to 60, and games are shown before news bulletins. They also release these to the public 4 months after the actual match takes place, which I just can't get my head around at all. Whilst Man United have continued to struggle to get out of the rut they are currently in, following a 1-0 defeat to Spurs, Antony has been flourishing since joining Real Betis on loan. Which once again begs the question, is it United's fault, or is the Premier League just too physically demanding for some players? Since leaving, the Brazilian has scored 2 and assisted 1 in his first 3 La Liga games, which is already more goal contributions than he got in the entirety of last season in the Premier League. We have already seen a similar trajectory in form with other players since they have left Manchester. Scott McTominay is another recent former Red Devil who has picked up form at Napoli. The Scottish midfielder has been adored by fans in Italy, contributing massively to their success, being labelled as the new leader of Napoli by Italian press. They are currently sitting at the top of the Serie A, 2 points ahead of Inter Milan, who they will face on the 2nd of March for a big 6-pointer. And finally, we have another Tottenham link in today's video, as former Spurs player Nabil Bentaleb had an experience that was worthy of a film, according to head coach Bruno Genesio. He scored on his return after suffering from a cardiac arrest last year, despite being told he may never return to the football pitch. The 30-year-old scored in Lille's 2-0 win on Sunday and ran to the bench where he was mobbed by teammates and coaching staff. This result lifted the club into 5th place as they compete for a European spot. And on that note, that's the end of today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and see you next week for another.